We're at the Sea Marina, the touristic harbour that is situated only 5 minutes from downtown Miami, the business area. It only takes a quick trip to get here and jump on board and navigate one of the most beautiful locations in America. Today we're going to do just that and test one of the newest 40-foot motorboats, the Deep Impact 399. The boat is 12.13 centimetres long and 3.62 metres wide. The Deep Impact shipyard doesn't produce a large number of boats, as they prefer to construct a few models that are custom-made for the owner. It is an open sport fisherman boat that is exclusively dedicated to fishing, with tanks for the bait and catch, and plenty of stowage space for all the equipment. Nonetheless, it can also be used as a cruiser, because at the bow there is enough space to sunbathe, and in front of the cockpit there are 2 comfortable seats. At the stern, however, everything is dedicated to fishing. The hardtop roof is essential in protecting you from the sun, and it has a very bold design, just like the rest of the boat. The aluminium was varnished in black to give it an even more aggressive look. The sides of the bridge are particularly high and well padded to protect the pilot. It has handlebars, handrails, and fishing rod holders that are integrated along the whole perimeter of the boat. But as I mentioned before, the owner can decide which particular accessories can be included or not. The model we are testing today is powered by 3 engines of 300 horsepower each, but it can also be modified to fit 4 engines of 350 horsepower each, for a total of 1,400 horsepower. Is this particular engine adapted to the boat? We'll find out today during our test. This location is fantastic not only for the catch you can find here, but also for the amount of accessories that sport fishermen can find in the specialized stores around Miami and Miami Beach. Miami is the link between North America and Central and South America for historical, linguistic, ethnic, and cultural reasons, and it is defined as the capital of the Americas. Let's continue our navigation with Deep Impact and discover the performance of this boat. American sport fishermen really enjoy going fast, and for this reason, to pilot a boat in the best way possible, you need to have a comfortable driving position with armrests that flow along the sides that allow you to feel the sideward motion of the boat that makes it easier to control the direction. There are 2 large 15-inch screens that allow you to observe the area of navigation on one and the depth on the other. The instruments are displayed in the middle, along with the control panels of the engines, and I can see that the fuel tanks are full, so we're really going to push this boat to its maximum potential today. Now it's time to test the performance and power of the 900 horsepower we have at our disposal, and to see how easily the boat reaches its cruising speed. Let's give it some throttle and check out the wake it produces at the stern. 2 seconds and we are already planing. At 4,000 revs per minute, the engines are running comfortably. They have no trouble sustaining our velocity, and neither do we. We are cruising along at 40 miles an hour. This boat has 2 very important characteristics. The first is a deep V-shaped hull that has a dihedral angle of 24 degrees to the transom, which allows us to be very precise with the direction of our route, and it absorbs the impact of the waves more efficiently. The other characteristic is its speed. The boat glides over the water because it has a stepped hull here, just below the cockpit, that provides ventilation for the aft section of the boat. This allows it to glide along on a cushion of air and water, and it's the most efficient way to reduce water friction and go even faster. The ocean awaits us. We will set route to the Bahamas. I quite fancy reaching Nassau, but it would probably take a while to get there. So instead, let's test the performance of this vessel. A bit of throttle and we are already at 55 miles an hour. At this point, I need to use the trim to find the best inclination of the outboard engines to gain more speed. 58, 58.5, 58.8, 59, 60 miles an hour. It is important to be able to try out many different boats to understand the characteristics of each and every one so that you can compare them. The Deep Impact 399 has satisfied my expectations. It is an excellent sport fishing boat with a lot of power behind it.